We welcome you to Patriot Place and a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. And off we go from Foxborough. Marcus Jones now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Throwing right away, it's May. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. 35 more yards. Back-to-back big plays to get this drive rolling. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. We're going to run, and this is Travion Henderson. Not much happening there, just a short game.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And he's in. Touchdown, New England. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, here comes Ashton Jeanty. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 1. Once again, it's Jeanty. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Vegas. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
That one on target to Davis. He's got it. The first-round pick looking right at home in this offense. It's a first down. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run the toss to Jeanty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
On second down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. They'll look to throw. This one caught at the 4. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Jeanty will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll go play action with May. That's caught at Savion Williams. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 37 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
To throw on first down is May. That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play. but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's May. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Here's May again. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
To the goal line and in. Savion Williams. Touchdown, Patriots. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. The extra point now for Borregales. It's up and good. And the Patriots will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Jeanty to start the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen to Jeanty. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop them for no gain.
17 yards on that connection. Good for a Raider 1st down. Here's Jeanty. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
What you see there is really the key to a good free safety blitz. Time the snap so that the offense cannot determine that you're rushing. It's exactly what happened here. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Keep it on the ground with Jeanty. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
The truth is, Mike, they just aren't getting the push they need up front. This defense has been a motivated group these last couple plays, and now for the 2nd straight time, they failed to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
This ball is intercepted. Tyson Campbell. And the Patriots are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. On play action, here's May. That complete to Henderson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down. Off the play fake, it's May. got the tight end. That's Greg Dulcich. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route.
And he will score! Touchdown, New England. His second touchdown of this first half. And a special moment as the rookie catches his first NFL touchdown.
And the more they can develop this young tight end, Mike, it just gives this quarterback additional weapons, and it's just going to make this offense even more difficult to stop.
A tight end, his first career NFL touchdown. Do you remember yours?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I could recall it like it was yesterday, Mike. We were up Sunday night, primetime game, Lambeau Field against Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers. And the previous play, Brian Urlacher recovered a fumble, probably around the 20, 25-yard line. Brian Griese was our quarterback for Chicago, and the ensuing play, threw it up to the left corner of the end zone, and Mike, guess who called the game? None other than the legendary John Madden.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. Second down, they need 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the sideline and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft. But I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down. Working out of the gun. It's May. That is caught. What a throw. Savion Williams. Touchdown, Patriots. That's his second touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. In motion is Myers. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. To throw. Rolling right. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Now faking the give. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Williams there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Throwing on second down. May in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The 7th overall pick in 2023, Tyree Wilson. In for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. He'll set up to throw. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
This is one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
A tough spot here. Third and long. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
That's Davis in motion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming.
And he's in! Ashton Jeanty, touchdown Raiders. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Raiders are able to edge a bit closer. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the 27.
Off the bootleg. Here's May. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Patriots 1st down. Toss, Henderson heading right. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Eric Stokes, the corner. They're on the stop. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now, May. Left side. It's caught by Brown. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. He'll get this one complete to Brown. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. Let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
They get 22 yards there. 1st down, New England.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
To throw on 1st down is May. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Gun, here's May. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. Here's May. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
And he'll take it on in. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. in motion. That's the tight end there. They'll start on the ground with Genty. Up the sideline to the 40. Angling to the sideline. Inside the 35. And he is going to run it all the way down near the red zone. A big play to kick off this drive. It covers 51 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Genty. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
3rd down and 9. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Patriots. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll come across the 20 and take him down at the 21-yard line. Back to the air following that pick 6. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Rick, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On first down, they go back to Henderson. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
On second down, it's May. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete.
Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it fourth down.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on fourth down.
On fourth down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriots field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Patriots will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Run out of the gun for Gentry. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21. Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results. Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recovery.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, you just continue to stare down your...
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jalen Carter. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
As hard as it is to have this conversation, at some point, someone on this sideline needs to say, is it better off for this young rookie to just remove him from the game, take a deep breath, and reset for next week? Because at this point, 5 interceptions in, you start being concerned that you're doing more harm than you are good.
And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's 2nd and 6. And a nice defensive play there coming through to make the play in the backfield. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. Working out of the gun. It's May. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone inside the 20-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. On the ground, here is Henderson. And some fancy footwork there. Able to spin away and get forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Once more, it's Henderson. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Genty trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Looks like movement over there on the left side, and flag is down. They get the big tackle out of UCLA, Colton Miller there. So it's a win for the Patriots. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long